Uh, hello. This is Short John Red. I have no idea if this is recording. Anyways, welcome to Cabernet. A while ago, I noticed, this pretty interesting looking vampire game. Back then, it was just a demo. I didn't play the whole thing, but, like the whole demo, I mean, but... Anyways, the full game is out, and I thought it looked kind of interesting. I have no idea if I have, I don't know if I want to make this a full series, but I'm just gonna play a little bit. In fact, I'm setting a timer right now. Let's just play this game and, see where it takes us. If it becomes a full series, I'll make it a full series. Otherwise, this might just be a single playthrough. Well, for YouTube anyways. I'll make a full I'll play the game my own time. Eastern Europe, end of the 19th century. So a long time ago. I'm not even gonna bother checking the recording since,
Thank you all for coming here today to say goodbye to my Lisa.
Oh.
I never thought I would bury my own daughter, my own blood, my pride, yet...
Sorry, I didn't realize they could, Like I said, I'm just gonna play around, see how I feel about it. If I feel if I want to make a full series, I'll make it a full series. Otherwise, if not, I'll just play in my own time. But hey, at least we're getting some content. It'll something for me to do until the Scarlet Hollow update comes around.
I can't do this.
I mean, as much as I love Slay the Princess, I don't know if I want that to be what my channel's all about. Well, I mean, I don't really want it to be about anything other than games, but... let's just continue with the story.
God, please say something. I just can't.
Oh, and also, if the audio quality is really bad... Well, I realized the problem with my Slay the Princess series was... I had, two different things recording audio, so because of that, there was a lot of echo. Now I'm just having, my PC's internal mic just recording everything, so sorry if the audio is, really crap. And no, I don't have an external microphone, and I'm not even entirely sure if that would fix the problem. It's complicated, and no more distractions. Let's move on.
There. It's all right. What can I say about someone dying so young? Particularly someone as special as Lisa. If I may, I won't dwell on the circumstances of her tragic death today. Instead, I'd like us to celebrate her life. Despite her obvious calling for medicine, when she was little, I always thought she would become...
Supposedly all these points will come in handy later. Let's go with the musician.
A famous musician. You should have seen her with her fiddle when she was only 5. The instrument was half her size. But when she played, oh Lord, did your heart start filling up?
What was that nursery rhyme or song called? Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle? Or something like that. I don't know, it's just, he said fiddle, and I just remembered that.
Such a bright girl. Always a top student. Always the pride of her parents.
Was her dad alive back then? I mean, I played the demo, but I don't really remember all the finer details.
By the time she graduated,
thirst for written word.
Lisa must have read every book there was in the school's library. To my shame, I'm not so well read myself, but she used to teach me about all the classics. That served me very well at dinner parties. I can't tell you how proud we all were when she was accepted at the medical academy. I had no doubt that she was destined for greatness. But to become a doctor, one of the first women to achieve that in the whole country. If someone deserved that honor, it was our Lisa. But my niece was so much more than a gifted student.
A true friend.
With all of her other talents, above everything else, she was a true and loyal friend. She connected with people easily. She cared deeply about them. Some might even say too much. After all, if she wasn't so thoughtful, maybe she would still be with us. But I digress. Please forgive me. What's done is done.
I'm only just now noticing the name. Eliza Veta Morozovia? I am so sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. It just... that's not a name it's not a name I've heard before. Neither is Mikto. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these pronunciations. I don't know what country this game's supposed to take place in, but apparently not one I'm super familiar with.
She was my favorite niece. Let us raise a glass to her. Pour some vodka for Corda, too. He is old enough to send his sister off. A piece of my soul went into the ground with her today, as I'm sure did many of yours. Let those pieces help Lisa, wherever she is now. To Lisa.
Here we go.
When I was a little girl, I often had trouble falling asleep.
Sorry, I have a
My
cough.
mother used to sing me this lullaby to comfort me. Tonight, I slept deeper than I had in my entire life. I had a disturbing dream that a string was coming out of my mouth. When I started pulling it, I realized that it came from all the way down my throat, buried somewhere deep in my body.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
I kept pulling, but I couldn't go too quickly for fear of burning myself with friction.
I'm more worried what the string's attached to.
Finally, the whole string was out. I felt relieved, but also strangely empty. I realized that I was in my bed, with my mother sitting beside me, crying. I didn't know why she was in tears, but I knew it was my fault.
How? How did you know it was your fault?
Dear Lord. Mom? Cola? My body feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Like I slept for days.
Okay, here we go. Actual gameplay, and let's take a look at the settings here. Infinite blood mode? I have no idea what that is. Let's see, this dialogue autoplay. I mean, let's turn that on for now. Screen flashes. Is this all the settings we're getting? And I have no idea what infinite blood's supposed to be. Like, I assume it makes the game a bit easier, but... Load game. Okay, we have... Well, can I save game? Okay.
Either this is a nightmare, or I'm in hell. This feels too real to be a dream.
Oh yeah, that's right, I have autoplay on. Kerosene lamp?
The cupboard is locked. Why would anyone keep something of value in a place like this?
Okay. Actually, you know what? Forget the timer. I'm just gonna go past where I last left off on the demo. Like I said, I haven't played the whole demo, just...
My medical journal from the academy and my family medallion. Who could have brought this here?
Liza's I can't remember, was it Lisa or Liza? A handcrafted sterling silver medallion gifted to Liza by her father. Sorry, I noticed in some of my older videos, like, I sounded really quiet. Like I said, I'm not an expert at this. Ah, here we go. All of our stats. Let's see. Then we got a calendar. Glossary. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Lilies of the valley. My favorite flower. Who put them in this room? It's disturbing to see them here.
I forgot. Oh, it's tab. Sorry. Already forgetting the controls. Call for help.
Hello? Anyone? The cupboard is locked.
Yeah. We've heard this before. Oh, yeah, sorry. This happened last time, too.
Hello? Who is this? I'm locked inside. Please help. Are you still there? Maybe you can't talk? Please knock twice for yes and once for no. Thank goodness. Can you help me open the door? Can you help me open the door?
You said that twice.
Thank you so much.
I mean, the game just came out, so I wouldn't be surprised if it had a few bugs.
Will you help me? Will you help me?
She keeps repeating this dialogue.
What is it that you want from me?
Okay, she didn't repeat it this time. I'm sorry, I see the word favor and I don't know. My mind goes to some weird places, okay? Don't tell me your mind doesn't go to weird places either.
I don't have much, but I can owe you a favor?
Oh, if you're a sound in the background, that's probably my heater going on. It's freaking cold outside.
And it's settled. Whoever you are, do you hear me? If you open this door, I, Elizaveta Morozova, will be in your debt.
So that's how you say it.
What the hell is this? My shoulder just felt like it was burning up. I can't see anything from this angle. I should check up on it later.
Okay.
It's open.
Let's get out of here.
No one. What have I gotten myself into?
Alright, task completed. Characters. Okay, what do I, assign all available point. What do I have to click on? Oh, these. Okay, I mean, this is cheesy as hell, but might as well, like, have everything be equalized. And then just, you know, figure out which skills I wanna...
Hello?
Vampiring.
Can anybody hear me? What a peculiar painting.
Study expressions.
The husband and wife in the picture don't look very happy.
You can
If
tell.
I had to guess, I'd say it wasn't the perfect marriage. It smells like death here.
I hear
Like
scraping
in the academy
sound.
when we left a cadaver out for too long. Only, it's much worse than that.
Okay, I was too quiet. I said I hear scraping sound.
There's someone's money in here. I could live on this for a week.
Take the money.
After all that has happened, I think...
Really? Liza's morality is still shaping. Certain choices will provide you with humanity or nihilism points. Some choices will become available for Lisa. Again, still have no idea how to say that name. After she reaches certain levels.
I think I deserve...
Finders keepers. I genuinely have no idea how I want this game to turn
The
out.
mirror is covered by a sheet. People only do that when someone dies. Mother explained that this is so the dead soul does not get lost and trapped inside. Silly superstition, of course. We live in the age of science where there's no room for this nonsense.
Yeah, let's remove this.
What is this? Where is my reflection? I can't see myself. It must be a trick mirror.
That's actually kind of an interesting, like, I mean, we've all heard the myth about, how vampires don't have reflections, and I actually heard this kind of really cool idea about why they don't have reflections. Like, you see, one of the weaknesses of vampires is silver. Don't ask me why. I think it has something to do with holiness. Anyways, and a lot of mirrors back then were made with, with silver bases or something along those lines. So the idea is that the reason why vampires don't have a reflection in the mirror is because the silver inside the mirror or at the base of the mirror is burning the reflection. So it makes you wonder, what if a vampire were to look at their reflection in like a modern mirror, since they're made with more aluminum bases instead of silver. Just an interesting little thought.
Eerie.
Yeah.
It's hard to say without seeing the face, but this dress... Could it be the same girl from the first painting?
That's smart.
It's hard to... Could it be...
Oh, that just repeats the...
Oh, this is... unbearable. I'm a doctor. I can get through this. I just need to look straight ahead.
Alright.
Give me strength.
Time to meet the people.
No matter what is on the other side. What in heavens is all this?
Chapter 1, High Society.
I will make sense of all this later. Something is wrong. My head is spinning. I feel the floor slipping from under my feet.
Yeah, this must be some serious tonal whiplash for you. Like, first you're in a dark and creepy basement or something along those lines, and now you're in this really fancy place with all these people. And sorry if the game's frozen for a bit. I'm checking. Yeah, apparently I can't check my thing without the game
Look at her.
stopping.
How does one have the gall to show at the Countess's manor in such a filthy outfit?
She must be a nihilist. It's spreading all over the country like a plague.
You two don't know what you're talking about.
Ain't that the
It's
truth?
latest rage in Paris now. The dirtier, the better.
Really? The dirtier... Can I interact with these? Oh, that girl looks familiar. Can I sprint? I guess not.
Have you heard? The Countess is sending me on a special assignment to the capital.
You lucky devil. I've been stuck here for years. I swear, I'd dull my fangs just to spend a night in the city.
Okay, I got nothing to
Are
say.
you alright?
Ah, here we go.
Mind your own business, Petya. It's rude to stare at a lady.
Sorry. I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but the strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
Yeah, you only have appetite for one thing. I think that's
I
the
know it's not
Countess.
ideal, Countess Orlova, but I'm afraid there's not much we can do at this point.
Of course, now there bloody isn't.
Orlova.
Right time to act was last week.
I feel like that's a very vampire-sounding name.
Of product is coming from. It's undercutting our prices. Where were you when I... Who is this creature? Darling, you look like a little domovoy.
I don't know what
Come
that
over here.
is.
I don't bite.
Hello?
You know, let's be...
Hello? I'm terribly sorry for it.
You must be the doctor's new apprentice. Look at you, poor thing. You must be fresh out of the ground.
Excuse me?
Ugh, nobody must have actually inducted you. How typical. No surprise with the men around here. Hussar, why is she in such a state?
She was not supposed to wait.
I'd love to catch
Sorry
up
if there
to
are
her, but
dogs
sadly
barking
I
in
have
the
some
background.
urgent business to attend to, thanks to this gentleman over here.
They're probably being stupid again. Sorry if I'm
Darling, show
interrupting.
this young lady around when she's decent.
As you wish, madam.
Can I... You know, maybe turning on auto play was a bad idea.
If you'll excuse me, I'll go for a smoke on the balcony. You can find me there.
Someone sounds
You're
angry.
excused. If I recall my first day correctly, your head must be killing you. Here, drink this.
Thank you. May I ask what this is?
We know what that
If
is.
you know too much, you'll grow old sooner.
Is that literal, or are you being... Are you messing with her?
Trust me, it will lift your spirits.
Alright.
Whatever this is, it's beyond delicious. It's sweet and thick and tastes like cherry and wild strawberries.
Vampires must have different taste buds than we
feel
do.
a lot better all of a sudden.
Now go change. We can't have you gallivanting around in those scrubs. There is a nice dress about your size in the cloakroom. Consider this my welcome gift.
Thank you kindly, madam.
I'm pretty sure it was Orlova.
Madame Orlova.
You're welcome, child.
And she
Now
didn't
off you
correct
go.
me.
Change and mingle. Time is money.
Oh, so I can walk faster. Okay, the Countess and Hussar! Hussar! Sorry, that's... Stupid dogs. Okay, where do I need to go?
Another cloth on a mirror. Something bad must have happened. Oh, strange. This mirror doesn't work either.
Yeah, at some point you need to realize these aren't trick mirrors. Doesn't work. That's not how mirrors work. They don't just, like,
That should do it.
function.
Hopefully. The Countess sure has excellent taste in literature. In other circumstances, I'd spend all day here reading.
I don't have a comment.
This must be the dress the Countess was talking about. Such an ornate Western style. It must cost a small fortune. I want nothing more than to change out of this horrible nightgown, but this is just too much.
That's a nightgown? Evening dress.
Perfect. Fits like a glove.
Even comes with one of those little fans.
I still don't know what's happening here, or at least I hope I don't. But delaying the inevitable is just tying my stomach in knots. I need to find that young man and learn the truth.
Okay, let me check how much time. Yeah, I can go for a bit longer.
Have you heard the rumors about Count Kaminsky?
Count Kaminsky?
Do tell.
I'm kidding, I don't know who that is.
He found himself a young human lady who fell in love like a schoolboy. Apparently they got so close, he even confessed to her his true nature.
You don't say.
Yes, and the best part is, she is completely fine with it.
Really?
He doesn't even have to enchant her anymore.
Wait, he has enchanted her?
The world just gets madder and madder every day.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no freaking idea.
Please tell me you have some good news for me.
Okay, that was weird.
2 weeks since the last Cabernet shipment. The clientele is very unhappy.
I did manage to get in touch with the vendor.
Ooh,
It
the
says
vendor.
conditions for harvesting are getting even worse, thus the interruption.
I'm cringe.
We did reach an agreement though. They are happy to continue. But from now on, it'll be an extra 5 coins per bottle.
Thank goodness. At this point, honestly, whatever it takes. Another week and the Countess would have fried me.
Literally or metaphorically? Here he is. Huzzah! Oh. Really? Action point. Can spin.
Locked.
I thought I would just... I just right-clicked and...
Good evening, Hussar.
Oh, it's Hussar, not Hussar. But Hussar is more fun to say.
Ah, there's our belle of the ball. Lisa, right? You actually don't look half bad when you're not covered in graveyard dirt.
Can't return the
I
compliment.
wish I could return the compliment, but you look quite pale and dreary.
I don't care if I'm free. Like, it seems like I have a feeling there might be some kind of, like, you know, route or, like, alternate endings. I'm just gonna play the game just like normally, not trying to get a specific route or ending or whatever this game has.
Must be from all that tobacco.
Huh. I like a lady with a sharp tongue.
Oh, you actually liked that.
However, I'm afraid my paleness doesn't come from smoking.
He's not that pale. In fact, you're kind of paler than him, I think. Or at least you're... I don't know, your skin's kind of glowing.
Surely an educated lady like you must have put together who we are by now, haven't you?
I don't have enough literature. I don't want to guess.
I'd rather not guess. Please, just tell me straight. Who are you?
Simply, we are vampires.
Simply, we are vampires. Then what's the more complicated answer? Mirror.
Is this why I had no reflection in the mirror?
If that's what you're concerned about, you look just fine.
Does this mean I'm dead?
Dead, alive, who the hell cares? Trust me, Lisa, you just won the lottery.
Apparently lotteries existed around the end of the 19th century. I'm sorry, I'm not an expert on these things. Alright, move on. Defense
I
mechanism.
don't even remember how it happened. Must be some sort of a defense mechanism that suppresses a traumatic experience.
Huh, that's actually quite smart of you to think about.
Actually does happen quite a bit. That memory usually comes back soon enough.
Alright.
What about my family? When can I see them?
I was worried you will ask me that. Technically, they think you are dead, and it is best for everyone if they keep thinking that.
Why is it highlighted if they keep thinking that?
It's true, too.
I can't just leave them like this. They have to know I'm alright.
Look, I know this is too much for you to take in right now. Maybe that's a conversation we should revisit another time.
Countess calls you Hussar. What's your real name?
At this point, I've been called that far longer than my real name. Just call me that.
Alright, Hussar it is.
You can call him Hussar all you... Actually, no, I'm... I was gonna I'm gonna keep calling him Hussar because it's a lot more fun to say, but... Nah, let's not be disrespectful. Hussar it is.
I have so many questions.
See,
Understandable.
That's what I was afraid of. Theory is not my forte. I'm a proponent of learning by doing. Why don't you go talk the ears off some other guests while I finish smoking in peace? After that, I can show you what it's really like to be one of us.
I suppose I can do that. Could you at least tell me a little bit about the people, the guests in there?
Oh, come on. Where is your spirit of adventure? I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own.
Huh, why does it... When did my history increase?
What is it?
I wonder if the Countess would approve of you pushing your responsibilities off to a bunch of strangers.
Well played. Fine. Let me think for a moment about a fun little group here. You've already met the Countess, so that's a big plus.
Oh, I just realized Countess, of course. Of course, vampire and counts. Like, what is this weird association with vampires and that specific rank of the nobility? Why don't we have any vampire dukes or vampire margraves or... Wait, or is it margrave or is it... marquee. I don't know, like... What about vampire barons? Just saying, why is Count used all the frickin' time? It's hardly even the highest of the noble ranks.
Not everyone gets to do that in their first month, let alone first day. Who else would you like to know about?
Purple hair.
Who is the intense lady with the purple hair?
I thought it was just black with a tint of purple. No one has purple hair in the real world. Well, not natural purple hair anyways.
That's Elisa. She is quite important around here. I'd try to start out on the right foot with her if I were you.
Woman in the pink
What
dress.
can you tell me about the woman in the pink dress?
You must mean Arbin. You know, they say she was born somewhere far to the east. That broad has been around forever. Probably has a tale or two to share.
And a young man with the kind eyes.
What about the young man who asked about my health?
Who? Oh, you must mean Petya. He is just a human. Elisa brought him in for fun. He is such a card and has absolutely no clue.
That's cruel.
Sounds cruel.
Ugh, don't be like that. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, let's get in some good humanity points.
I suppose that's everyone of note, really. Besides me, of course.
Of course. All right. Thank you kindly. I'll be back soon enough.
No rush, please.
Alright. Can I... When did I get...
Come on. Don't any of you cowards want to have any fun?
Okay, that's
My
Elisa.
lady, with all due respect, Russian roulette just seems like,
Wait,
too much fun.
Russian
for that.
roulette?
Fine, get lost then. Be on your merry way. Who knew that the second time I die would be of boredom? Now, would you look at this pretty picture?
Hi there.
I could barely recognize you from before. Where did you get this dress?
It's a gift from the Countess. She is very generous.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar. Name is Alisa, by the way.
The way... should I be immature? I wanted to say the way she said her own name was kind of sexy. Sorry if that's weird.
Lisa, it's a pleasure.
Advice for a new vampire.
So, I've just been turned today.
Congratulations. That must be quite shocking. Thrilling, even. I'm envious, really.
Yes, thank you. I'm not quite sure how to process all this yet. What does one even do with this? Being dead, drinking blood, who knows what else?
Same thing anyone around here does.
Sorry if I'm not talking a lot. There seems to be like a lot of dialogue in this game, and I don't really have that much to say, but I will say something if I have a
Masticating
comment.
plain eternity, day after day.
Masticate? I don't know that word. Why do so many characters in these kinds of games use words I don't know?
Spicing it up any way you can.
Hence the Russian roulette.
We're already dead, aren't we? What else is there to lose?
What kind of accent is that?
Do you fancy a round?
Maybe some other time.
Suit yourself.
Right? Young man from
May I
earlier.
ask who was the young man you talked with earlier?
Who, Petya? Why? Are you interested?
Goodness, no. I was just making conversation.
She actually kind of looks a bit embarrassed there.
Don't be shy. We're not attached. Petya is human. I picked him up at the town market.
You mean you met him there, or you bought him?
He is a salesman. Ridiculously bad one at that.
Okay, that makes... That's a... sorry, it's just... I get weird ideas, okay?
If you two are not an item, may I ask why did you invite him over?
Because it was my turn.
Your turn?
A turn for what?
To spice up the eternity.
So, it's true what they say? Vampires live forever?
We exist forever. We don't live.
That's actually a really interesting point. Like, I feel like there's a difference between, like, existing and living. Or living and surviving. Like, surviving or existing simply means being just physically alive, while actually living is about, you know, being satisfied with your life, you know, being happy, being fulfilled, and all that stuff. Yeah, most of us aren't really living, are we?
But then again, few do.
Exactly, that is a very great point.
Does this mean that we can't, stop existing?
Oh, sweetheart, there is nothing easier. Just stop drinking blood for a few days, fall from a high roof, or just step into the sunlight.
I should probably be writing this all down.
So, now that you have eternity on your side, do you consider your existence more valuable?
You know, let's show a little confidence. I suppose so.
I suppose infinite time does add some gravity to it.
I see. In that case, how would you compare the value of your new existence to, say, Petya's?
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that this woman likes confidence, which I might regret saying this later, or maybe I won't.
If I'm honest, I'd have to say mine. To think of how much I'd be able to accomplish now.
Fair enough. Still, it's an interesting thought experiment, isn't it?
It improved, so right choice.
Excuse me. I think someone is calling for me.
Oh, sorry, like, okay. So, I have no idea how you pronounce that. I'm guessing, like, since, you know, relationships, I'll be able to, you know, get to know these people better. Huh, that is actually a very interesting dress you got there.
Countess's Cabernet? Honestly, I think this may have been the best one I ever tasted.
I prefer to stick to clear drinks around here. If you really want to try some decent Cabernet, stop by my salon on the main street.
Cabernet, not Cabernet.
That sounds like a challenge. I'll take you up on that offer.
Cabernet. Sorry, just checking again. You know, let's talk to the three, you know, people.
Hello. I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm Arbin.
And then maybe I'll stop there.
I'm Lisa. Good evening to you too.
In fact, when I played the demo, I think I also stopped, you know, after talking to those three.
You don't sound so sure. Is it really a good one for you?
You're right. I'm honest, it hasn't been the easiest night.
That's what I thought. My advice is always be honest, unless you absolutely can't be. In the end, it does make everyone feel better.
That's a good piece of advice.
Yeah, it kinda is.
Lovely. I'm chock full of them.
Countess wine.
I couldn't help but overhear that you are a wine expert.
I dabble. I run a literary salon in town and serve drinks there.
Why do you serve drinks at a salon? I'm sorry, I've heard terms like, saloon and bar and, but I never heard of drinks being served at a salon. Normally when I hear salon, I think like, beauty salon or something like that.
How exciting. All kinds of interesting people must come by.
You'd be surprised, my dear, and mildly disappointed. I'd love for you to stop by one day. I'll treat you to a round of something nice.
Wait, I just realized, is your earring a key?
I'll make sure to visit.
Side quest. Okay, I don't remember this in the original, in the demo.
Since you're an expert, may I ask you about the wine that the Countess gave me? I'll admit I found it delicious, but it wasn't really wine, was it?
It was not. Cabernet was sort of our code word for blood, so we don't shock any innocents. And then we just got used to it. Funny how language works, isn't it?
Yeah. So Cabernet is code for blood. Okay, I'm still I've heard that, that like NET saying nay, hey, not net, but words are frustrating.
Yes. Funny. Arben, I've only just been turned, and all of this is very new to me. May I trouble you for some advice?
I hope you don't mind me asking. But has someone in your family enjoyed wine a little too much?
Yes. My father. Wine, vodka, anything he can drink, really. You aren't clairvoyant, are you?
Everyone becomes a little clairvoyant if they live long enough and pay attention. I saw you drinking that glass earlier, and I think you should be careful around it, my dear.
Alcohol's my father's problem. It isn't mine.
So, okay, I'm kind of curious. Did your father die, or did he just abandon you? And that's why your mother raised you alone?
It's not just alcohol you should be concerned about. You can keep away from it if you want. Blood, however, you will now have to drink, whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not.
Demons are hereditary, my dear. Always remember that.
Is that supposed to be like like that whole thing about passing down mental illnesses or something like that?
Well, I should get going.
Good luck. I have a feeling we'll see each other soon.
Okay. And now there is... Oh yeah, that guy with the
I do actually
puppet.
have a model right here with me. I always carry Matilda with me, just in case a good
Matilda.
opportunity strikes. You never know. Look into her eyes.
Isn't that the girl who, like,
alive to you? Like she's going to blame
can
you?
lift objects with her mind?
Yes, well, apologies.
I think she was played by
Betcha.
Mara Wilson at one point.
We should probably go and discuss some urgent business with the Countess.
Oh, of course. In fact, I'd love to meet her as...
Is he wearing glasses, or does he just have ring? Like, I
don't
see
know how,
rings
but
of a.
I can just sense that he is not one of us.
Well, vampires do have
Such
keen
a strange
senses.
feeling. Attraction? No, but something very similar. He is most certainly human.
Oh, hello. It's you.
Yeah, it's glasses. You can kind of see the line.
How are you feeling? I was really worried.
Much better. Thank you. I'm Lisa, by the way.
Of course. Where are my manners? I'm Petya.
I wonder what country that name is normally from.
It's a pleasure. You were the only one who seemed to care about my illness.
Oh, nonsense. They are a lovely bunch around here, just all very busy.
Or it's because they actually understand what's going on with you, or whereas this guy's totally clueless.
The third group I'm pitching my dolls to, and everyone keeps running off for urgent business.
I swear, the expression on that doll's face. Just something about it feels off.
Did you say you're selling dolls?
And making them, yes.
I see you have one with you. May I take a look?
Of course. Matilda here is my favorite. I'd love to get some honest feedback. Well, what do you think?
Let's just be nice.
Oh, it's just lovely. So detailed and human-like. She reminds me of the one I had when I was a little girl.
Honestly, they're very creepy if they're so detailed and human-like.
That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. Thank you.
Yeah, I knew it'd prove I said something nice.
I knew someone here would appreciate it. I'm hoping to show her to the Countess. With her approval, the sky's the limit. You know, making toys is what I wanted to do since I was a little boy. My father always called this foolishness, among other things.
Oh, don't let your old man drag you down. Do what makes your heart feel good. Sorry, I'm really bad with words. Just do what makes you happy, basically. And if you get success out of it, then cool.
That it's not manly work. I never managed to convince him otherwise.
Yeah, people can be really stubborn like that.
I'm sorry. That must have been tough.
Well, here I am, still at it. I do have a feeling that I'm onto something with Matilda. Just you wait. My gut tells me that tonight is going to bring something special, and it's never wrong.
How did you end up being invited here, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, we know how.
Oh, that's all thanks to Elisa, the lovely young woman in the yellow dress. She saw me at the town market and saw some real potential in my work. She said that the people in the manor might be interested in seeing it, and you didn't have to ask me twice.
I see. How is pitching going so far?
I'll admit, it's a little slow, but the night is still young.
You are an optimistic guy, aren't you, Petya?
My mother used to say that my hope will be the death of me.
Let's just hope that that doesn't end up being the case.
What's the point of living if you don't believe in people and yourself?
You may be right about that. At least I truly hope you are. Best of luck with everything, Petya. Hope everything works out with the Countess.
Thank you, Lisa. You're very kind.
Sorry, just checking again. Wow, nearly an hour. Okay, I believe this was the part where I stopped. Where I eventually, like, you know... Wow, my nihilism really... I can't remember, was it Hussar or Hussar? Like I said, I'm terrible with names and I'm worse at remembering them.
Good timing. I just finished up.
Yes, how lucky.
Don't be snappy, Lisa. Smoking is an important routine for a soldier. Can't be interrupted.
Which division?
A soldier, huh? And which division were you in, exactly?
We can talk about the divisions some other time, perhaps. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Basement.
What is going on in the basement of the manor? It's absolutely terrifying down there.
Oh yes, the basement. If I were you, I would just forget all about it.
Excuse me?
All I know is that Countess conducts her business and she doesn't enjoy people meddling in it.
If it's so confidential, how come I ended up there in the first place?
Minor oversight. You were supposed to be moved upstairs before you were up, but appears that you are an early riser.
And whose oversight was it, may I ask?
Let's not focus on casting blame, shall we? I say all's well that ends well. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Shoulder burn.
Who ended up letting me out of the chamber?
If I'm honest, I haven't the foggiest idea. I thought you knew.
Well, I don't. And whoever it was gives me the goosebumps. On top of everything, I ended up promising them a favor and felt a bad burn on my shoulder right after that. Do you know what it could possibly be?
Sorry. I have a bit of a cough. I was sick not that long ago, and I still haven't completely shaken the cough. I'm a lot better now, but the cough hasn't completely gone away, and it's cold outside.
Let me take a look. Oh, brother.
He just lifted his hand.
What? What is it?
It could be nothing, really. No need to worry. Just make sure that you show this to the doctor when you see him, alright?
Doctor?
Alright.
Who's the doctor?
Are there any other questions you have left for me?
Other creatures.
Vampires are real. Does this mean other fairy tales are?
You'll have to be more specific than that.
Yeah.
Rusalkas? Domovoys? Ghosts?
I mean, I obviously I know what a ghost is, but I've never heard of those first two.
Yes? No. Yes. We'll spend all night here if we keep talking about flora and fauna. If you want my advice, focus on yourself first. That always ends up working for me.
Hey, what? Demovo. Oh, I. In Slavic mythology, a Demovoy is a house spirit that watches over a dwelling and has a significant impact on the family's life and well-being. If pleased, a Demovoy may be of tremendous value to the inhabitants of a house, but if they upset him or if he simply has a bad temper, it may lead to lost items, illness, poverty, and other misfortunes. Sometimes people leave food or other gifts for the Demovoy. I am definitely butchering that name. To get on their good side, they often visually represented as covered in soot and dirt. Huh, interesting. But isn't this technically more or less the same thing as a ghost? Technically.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
I suppose that's it for the time being.
Perfect. If you don't mind me asking, what do you make of all this? I take it you've done a couple laps around the ballroom. Learned a little more about what it's like to be one of us.
Well, I'm obviously still in shock, but
Yes?
from a scientific perspective, I have to admit I'm curious. This is certainly a unique condition we are in. I'd love to learn more about it for my studies.
I'm impressed. I can certainly see now why the doctor chose you as his apprentice.
Wait, chose? Is he the one who turned me?
Alright. Have you read Thunderstorm?
I'm not so sure. Why?
Well, unlike Katerina in the play, you no longer need to wonder why people can't fly.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
By sheer will, Lisa. It's very simple.
Why does he sound so echoey when he talks?
How are you even talking with me in such a state?
Great question.
That's yet another benefit of being one of us. We can project our thoughts into people's minds. I prefer it, really. I find normal speech kind of primitive.
Why don't you do it all the time then?
I'd love to, but you don't want to get too used to it and scare a human by accident. Now, why don't you try it? See what kind of bat you are.
Oh yeah,
Goodness.
I like how my bat form looks different from his. Like, it would have just been kind of lame if they just used the same bat design for everyone.
Isn't this a hoot? Come on, I'll show you around.
I'm pretty sure only owls hoot. Whoa! I am super fast. Not follow this screen with her.
Seems like you're catching on. Follow me.
I can't believe I'm actually flying.
All this talk about death. Don't you feel more alive than you ever have right now?
He's again. How do I... Here we go.
Shh. There. Look.
If only I had 3 coins in my name, then I'd show him. They'd all see.
Are we gonna kill that guy?
Is this what you wanted to show me? A drunk peasant?
I don't know if that's like... I mean, I'm assuming the game like auto-saved or something. How much time have we spent? You know, I think I'm gonna stop here. I think... Like, it's currently 7:23 right now where I am, and that says 19:22, so I'm assuming it saved like a minute ago. But how do I manually save? Because, like, here we got an autosave and like 3 empty slots, and yet there's no manual save here. Well, anyways, this has been an interesting game so far. Assuming the recording, like, you know, went through, or like nothing happened in the recording, or I don't know. Sorry, I'm bad at outros. Anyways, like, I'm gonna stop here, and I still haven't decided if I want to actually make this a series or if I'm just gonna, you know, end it here and, like, play the rest of it in my own time. But in the meantime, everyone stay safe out there, and I hope you all have a good day. So, Wait, wrong time. Goodbye.